We are looking at another 2v2 game here. We've got the Toss, Matlock down here at the bottom right, Gummo, a Terran up here at the top right, BunBun in the purple at the top left, and you guessed it, RedIron down here at the bottom left. Again with the team of RedIron and BunBun. We're going to switch the view to RedIron's viewpoint during this game because of the way that the game got played out. I think it'll be more interesting for you just to see what we saw as we played through this game. I know people are used to seeing both sides of the match, but for one replay video, I think you guys can handle it. So we got BunBun laying down a supply depot, and RedIron chrono boosting out the probes. A standard play there, knocks down a pylon, BunBun giving RedIron control of his units, and a assimilator coming down for RedIron really early in the game. The probe gets sent out to do some scouting, as this is the most interesting thing going on in this map right now. We'll just go ahead and keep watching. There's the SCV probe handshake in the middle of the map, and you're going to see that BunBun right here notices that SCV walk right past his ramp, pings the mini-map, and says that we have to watch out for some shenanigans. RedIron almost up at the base, sees a wall-in being started, but gets in before it goes. BunBun with an SCV on a crazy attack path, just looking around, see what's going on. And here it is. Gummo has a Rax started over at BunBun's natural expansion as RedIron runs around through the two other bases doing some scouting. Got a nice little SCV battle here, and BunBun backs off trying to draw the Gummo SCV away from his job. RedIron's probes still running around over here trying to figure out if they can glean any information from folks. In the meantime, one gateway and a cybernetics core going down while Gummo finishes up this barracks. Was able to leave and come back. Big improvement over StarCraft 1, being able to come back and finish your buildings as a Terran. Two Marines coming out, rallied to Gummo's barracks as he has 5 Marines on the way. The probe down here for RedIron, seeing a gateway and a forge and some other stuff, just materializing. 2 SCVs and a Marine, as BunBun's Marine fire at the barracks from up above. Since he lifts off his ramp, he's able to have vision of what's going on up there. So the Marine fire is taken care of. More Marines coming out, gonna see what happens here. Brings his Marines down and back up to get a better angle of attack on the actual barracks. And here comes Gummo's Marines as RedIron has dropped down a forge at the front of his base just in case any more shenanigans go on. What looks like a bunker is being built over by BunBun's natural expansion, and he is cranking out units. We've got about 4 Marines right now trying to hold off whatever comes out of this. You can see that BunBun is able to see Gummo's SCV hanging out, but moves his Marine off so that he can actually get some shots fired. Forge comes in. Warp gates have been researched. Stalkers coming out. Nothing extraordinarily different there except for 1, 2, 3, 2 pylons and a cannon from Matlock. Stalkers come down for RedIron to take care of this Marine and then take care of whatever awaits down here. Some forces move down from BunBun as well, and we see a second bunker being built and 1 bunker being taken down by the focus fire of this combined effort from the 2 teams. And he's forced to lift his racks off the ground so that nothing happens. Now watch this down here. Matlock gets a probe past the defenses of RedIron, who earlier had checked around the base to see if there were any shenanigans, but checked too early as he gets more stalkers coming down. This small force is going to stay here and hang out as we hope that this barracks right here doesn't do any more unexpected damage. RedIron coming to lay down some cannons in his base. That way there won't be an observer just sitting over watching what is going on. Gonna put a second cannon down here with a pylon to make sure that there are no shenanigans, but he's gonna see right here cannons coming down for Matlock. There we have a dead probe. Stalkers come down to try and fend this off. So we're looking at a bunch of stalkers and marines against a bunch of cannon, stalkers, and even 2 sentries. BunBun has given RedIron control in this situation, so all of these units are going to come up to the ramp and join in this fight, but we've got completely unbalanced force of 3 stalkers and sentry with cannons against some stalkers and marauders. These force from the left side team is going to focus fire down these guys, trying to stay out of the range of those cannons. So we lose 1 stalker here. Going to see this guy go next. With those health bars on, you can tell which one you need to target, but no more forces left for RedIron and BunBun as another cannon goes down for Matlock. That probe's still alive and active down there. The gateway and some pylons taking some more damage. Here comes some stalkers for RedIron. Focus firing down on the cannons first as some marauder help from BunBun comes in as well. Focusing down these stalkers and finally get rid of that probe so that nothing else can happen except for units are still being warped in. You can see stalkers still coming in for Matlock, but it looks like this force from RedIron and BunBun are going to get those stalkers out of there and no more cannons to deal with. It makes it a lot easier for RedIron to warp in his own forces into his base and undo the work that Matlock has done by placing these pylons before anything else gets warped in, hopefully. BunBun's still sending in units to help out with this, and as the last pylon goes down, this group is going to move back to the ramp, join some more forces for reinforcement, and we are going to see what BunBun and RedIron decide to do about this. Both sides saw early aggression from both sides on the other teams. They still have only seen the wall in and just the beginnings of a base for both of their opponents. Now with a pretty considerable size force over at their base, we're going to see that force move out in a second after just a few more things get warped in. Cannons going down around a robotics facility for RedIron to get some observers out of his own. And here goes the attack from a group of about 33 Marines, Marauders, and Stalkers with 1 sentry just sitting in the middle of the mix. Still have guys rallying at the home base. Gonna join into the fight and move on over. RedIron's gonna go and check out what they are doing, see if it's worth just a little bit of harassment with this small army. Probably thinking that their expansions are, there we go. We got Matlock with an expansion to his natural, and down it goes. Nothing yet from either of the opponents coming to save all these poor little probes. Here we've got Gummo's forces coming up. Just got wiped out by that small force, so RedIron moves on in, sees that the only difference here is that the tech lab has been added to the barracks, so the wall is no longer a problem. A cloaked Banshee comes in and starts dealing with some of RedIron and BunBun's forces, and there's nothing they can do about it. BunBun didn't have anything to scan with, as Matlock brings his forces up the ramp, and that sentry says, no, we're going to force field you guys down, so they run off to defend their own base, as Gummo still has some cloaked units up here firing down on RedIron's army with no detection. And there it goes. They've got their 2 units going, and RedIron and BunBun focus down on these supply depots so that no more units can be made anywhere on the map if they happen to have anything hidden. Down goes the Banshee, and Gummo GG's after seeing his supply depots gone, and in a few seconds, because his teammate has left, we'll also see Matlock GG out of the game. So a nice little force with reinforcements behind, coming back from getting some rush attacks of pylons and cannons in RedIron's base, and early Rax rush at BunBun's expansion. All in all, a miraculous recovery from that first situation by RedIron and BunBun to just storm back in with a force that was meant to take out some expos and just probe around a little bit and see what was going on, to a complete victory where the other players tap out. Hope you enjoyed it.